afternoon, Mason Nation. It's Wednesday, April 9th, and welcome back to Mason Cable News. I'm Ashley Hill.
And I'm Desmond Jordan. So Ashley, you see the flash mob today?
I didn't, no.
Oh wow, it was in a JC atrium. It was to the song Can't Hold Us. The Office of Sustainability performed it.
Oh, cool.
It's really interesting. There's a video on social media, so check it out.
Oh wow, I definitely will. Well, speaking of media, college sports aren't any strangers to the media and never have been. But a new up-and-coming sport is making its way onto the media as well. The George Mason Quidditch team was featured on ABC7 this past weekend. The 1-minute segment interviewing the team and capturing their practices truly portrayed just how hardworking these students are. Some students during the interview talked about how much strength and stamina it takes to play the game. One student even admitted to having broken his hand. The article goes on to say that this sport involves many people who usually don't get involved in sports, and that Quidditch is a team-oriented game that brings in new dynamics that has never been seen before. On the George Mason Quidditch team's website, they say this is an organization that will challenge members to think outside the box of reality and step into a more creative world, exercising both mind and body. I interviewed Matthew Brooks, a freshman on the Quidditch team, about his experience with them so far. He is quoted saying that the community around the sport is pretty amazing. Even after a really competitive game, the other team is always really nice and friendly. He goes on to say that he loves his teammates and that they are all amazing people. So be sure to look out for the GMU Quidditch team on the media and playing around campus.
Other things you might see around campus are the exhibit outside of Fenwick Library. And I took some footage of it, so check it out. If a DC resident is transformed to prisoner, he or she can be sent to any federal penitentiary system in the country. The project Windows from Prison uses photography and letters from prisoners answering the question, if you could have a window in your cell, what place from your past would it look out to? From April 7th through April 21st, the Windows from Prison exhibit will be located in the lawn between Fenwick Library and Sub 1. The exhibit consists of 5 photo banners and a corresponding snapshot of a prisoner's letter. In the midst of the banners is a tarp tent that further explains the exhibit itself, showcasing additional letters, photos, and drawings. For the next couple of weeks, Windows from Prison will be holding events, film screenings, poetry readings, and much more. Tomorrow, there will be a domestic violence and incarceration event with women and gender studies in the J.C. Gold Room from 10 to 1:30 p.m. For more information regarding this exhibit and a list of its events being held, visit windowsfromprison.com.
Pretty cool footage.
Thanks.
Well, the Center for the Advancement of Well-Being will be having several big events over the course of Thursday tomorrow. The first is the Pay It Forward station from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., wherein students will take a tangible object symbolizing good energy and pass it along to others in a creative way as means of spreading happiness. If you're not interested in staying for the entire time, a 1-hour yoga class will be offered at 12 in the Johnson Center Dance Studio. You will need to bring your own yoga mat, but beginners are more than welcome to try their hand at relaxing yoga exercises. And if yoga isn't your thing, Wellness by Mason will be sponsoring a wellness walk also at 12. Participants will be walking along the Yellow Birch Trail, which totals about 1.6 miles around the Patriot Circle. If this sounds interesting, you'll want to meet at the circle in front of University Hall.
Sounds pretty interesting, getting some fitness in the middle of the day.
Absolutely.
Definitely with the spring weather.
I know, I can't wait to actually get outside.
Yeah. So with spring in the air and winter now behind us, global secondary school teachers are now prepared to further tackle the education system in their respective countries. GMU's College of Education and Human Development, otherwise known as CEHD, and the State Department's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs held an initiative to assist teachers from 20 different countries through educational purposes in hopes to positively influence their students back home. CEHD has received teaching excellence and achievement grants from the State Department for 7 years. So far, the initiative has worked with newly recognized democratic nations such as Senegal, Pakistan, Bolivia, and many more. The program encourages teacher exchanges that generally last 6 weeks. During the training, methodologies, curriculum development, and education leadership is covered. Additionally, technological teaching and English lessons are taught as a second language are also involved in the process. This program serves as a gateway for international teachers to gain skills to boost their careers. The College of Education and Human Development plans to continue in its educational endeavors.
So the other day, it was actually in March, I interviewed our Patriot of the Day. Her name is Kayla West, and here's the interview. Hi guys, Ashley Hill here. I am here with Kayla West. Kayla, thank you so much for coming here today.
No problem, it's my pleasure.
So we're just going to ask Kayla a few questions about her radio show, Kayla J, and also Girlfriend. She has two of them. So Kayla, how did you get started in radio?
Well, I actually got started in radio in my 10th grade year of high school. I was a part of the Heartspeak program out of the Comcast cable station. It was a multimedia group. You know, we did some camera work, we did some radio work, we did some poetry, and I did my first radio show with Heartspeak in 10th grade. And I liked it because before then I swore I was going to be a pediatrician. Like, I was like, I'm going to be a doctor, yay! And then I got introduced to radio, and I fell in love with it. Thanks to my media teacher, Steph Renee, who's actually the program director of 900 AM in Philly. And you know, I just kept working with her. And then my senior year of high school, I got into a news program for radio at KYW, Traffic and News and Weather in Philly. And after doing that, I was like, oh, I really do like radio. So when I came to Mason, I hopped right on the radio. Like, I took a Professor Roger Smith course, radio workshop, and I learned all I could learn, you know, from under him, and did the practice studio. And second semester, me and my friend Leandra, we was like, hey, let's get a show. And we went to the general manager of WGMU at the moment, plugged the show, Girlfriend, and here we are.
Now, I heard you mention that when you first started radio, you fell in love with it. What exactly made you love radio so much?
Well, radio is a mix between two of my loves, talking and music. I'm a musician. Come next week, my birthday, I've been playing music for over 18 years. So I love playing music. I love giving people a different taste of different types of music. So I was able to show Mason just things besides rock and pop, and go to a little bit classical, some jazz, some old school hip hop, things that I, you know, just listen to on the daily, and also able to give some tips and some feedback on just teen stuff and college stuff that we're doing. So it was a mix, and that's why I fell in love with it, because it's like, okay, I can still have my fun with the music, but I can also be intellectual with the talk piece. So that's why I did it.
Wow, that sounds wonderful. You're making me fall in love with radio.
I mean, it's just fun. I mean, it's really fun. I really do love it. A lot of people hate the industry. A lot of people a lot of people say it's a hard industry. It's tough to get into. But I feel like if you do love it and you do your best with it, it's not really that hard to get into, because it comes like clockwork to me now. I go into the studio. Hey, you listen to the Girlfriends, and it's just there.
Yeah. Well, could you give us a little insight to Girlfriends?
Okay, Girlfriends is my first show. It's my oldest show, actually. It's the oldest running show on WGMU at the moment.
Wow.
I'm on 2.5 years now. Come August, will be 3 years of Girlfriends.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I have a co-host, Miss Leandra Jones. And on the show, I go by Miss Kayla J. My radio name is Kayla J. But because it's a girl show, we say Miss in front of everything. And it's just a talk show. We play about 2-3 songs per show. But we talk about female topics and female problems, female empowerment, with this being the month of March, being it National Women's History Month. Each week we have highlighted different women who have done different and great things on this campus or to this world. So we just try to shine some light to different things that women are doing or what women can do. That's why we chose the prime time Girlfriends at 5. Because women are in the kitchen, they're cooking, so they can turn us on, and we talk about fashion, and we talk about dating, we talk about addictions, like shopping addictions, and different things just what's happening in the female body, the female community in general, to just do it because nobody had a show like that. And when we took Roger's course, he was saying that women are the main users of radio. Most women listen to the radio and they listen to it while they're cooking. So we said, well, why don't we give them a show for women while they're cooking? You know, just some girl talk, because all the girl talk shows like Wendy Williams, Bethany, they all come on at 10 in the morning while they're doing laundry or getting kids to school. So they can't really catch that. So yeah, we're young, but we have some insight because we have wise parents. So, you know, we just do that. And we also take in callers and listen and tweets and stuff from people to tell us what they actually want to hear and to respond with us. So.
Wow, that's really great that you're getting a lot of people involved.
Yeah, it's just not us two. As Wendy said, you are the co-host. It is me and Miss Jones, but we let everybody talk.
Wow.
We even let men comment. We have men callers come in and they, you know, say, well, yeah, I like my girlfriend to do this. One of our most famous shows was The Dating, and I'm trying to remember the title we have for it. It's basically what type of man do we like, and we came in. We came in dressed like the men that we like to date, and we talked about the different stereotypes of these different men. You know, you have your jock, you have your prep, you have your nerd, just the different type of men that there are. And dating on a college campus was one of our really big hits because we had a lot of females asking us, well, we're in college, we're on a budget, what would be a date? And we came up with the terms that Southside is not a date.
That's where it was coined. I always heard.
Yeah, that's where it was coined. Ever since then, everybody, like, boys was upset with us for days. Like, man, I was getting them free meal swipes. Sorry, honey, go across the street to the Green Turtle. Southside is not a date.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Yeah, that was actually our first show. Our first show, Southside is not a date. We went hard in the paint. We was like, we're gonna make sure that this stay alive.
It sounds like you're very successful. What would be some tips for anyone who wants to get into radio?
If you're on Mason's campus and you want to get into radio, I would definitely say take Professor Roger Smith course, radio workshop. Even though I had learned, and I know a lot of people in the industry that had already given me tips and stuff, Roger's course really opened my eyes to the radio world. Practicing and knowing what to say, what time to say, because you have time slots, and playing commercials and having a radio voice, and it's just a lot that goes into it. And I was appreciative of this class. So if they're a student, I would say take that course. If they're not a student and they just say, hey, I want to get into radio, I would say do some practice tapes with yourself, you know, just like go in your room, get on your little recorder and just practice some things, because it's all about timing, it's all about precision in the radio world, because at the end of the day, the DJs have to get paid. And who are going to pay the DJs? Viewers and buyers and promotion ads. So we need business. So we need the commercials of Chick-fil-A. And if we're forgetting to play their commercials, they're going to forget to sign that check. So, like, we need those. So it's all about precision. It's all about practicing. It's all about being on time with it. If you're supposed to say this in this way, you have to say it this way. Or unless we won't get viewership, we won't get our ad sales, we won't be able to promote anything, because they'll be like, hey, you didn't promote us like you said you would. So that's really it. Tip is just, and you have to love it. I know a lot of DJs that are in the field that don't love what they do, and their shows reflect it. I mean, if this is just paying your bills, don't make it seem like it's just paying your bills. You gotta really love what you do. I put 110 in everything I do.
And we can see that. Now, as you said, you obviously do love it. You're passionate about it. You're very knowledgeable about it. Do you plan to continue radio after graduating from Mason?
That's like plan E, actually.
Well,
I love radio. I really do. But here at Mason, I'm a media production major in the communication department. And my first and true love is TV. I want to have my own production studios, and I want to open a production studios in Africa. My production studio is not just going to consist of television. I want to start with television, but I want to have a network basically almost like Oprah's, just with a little bit more. I want to have radio, television, and a magazine. That is my plans after Mason. Directly after Mason, though, I've been applying to some local things. And, of course, just some radio gigs, Radio 1, BET, TV1, TBN, Gospel Highway 11. I try to stay in the spiritual field. If people ever seen the movies that I produced here at Mason, a lot of them are spiritual field or have God in it some way. So I've been looking at those avenues of the like TBN networks and the Word Network to go into and just help them and learn. My goal actually is to work for Tyler Perry after graduation. I would love to work with Tyler Perry. His story and my story, the background is similar. He started from the bottom and writing plays and doing radio and doing skits. The same with I started from the bottom, from inner the city, just working, and I would just love to sit under him and learn how he made it. That's my goal. But my big goal is to have KJ Productions. This is what it's going to be called. The KJ is sticking with me. I said so. No matter when I get married, they can't change it. 'Cause that's my name, KJ. It's my first and my middle name. So therefore, my last name is free. But yeah, that's really what I plan on doing. I have really big dreams. I just hope that they all can come to fruition.
Yeah, it sounds like they will. Big dreams, big plans, and I can't wait to hear from her. Well, thank you very much, Kayla.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And I hope all your big dreams come true.
That was a really great interview, Ashley.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
And now for your event rundown.
University Day is on Thursday from 9 to 10:30 a.m. at the Mason Inn Hotel and Conference Center to celebrate employee service in the name of education. The event will be an awards breakfast.
From Friday to Saturday, women's track and field will be hosting a spring invitational at the field house all day.
On Sunday at 2 p.m., the Virginia Opera will be performing the play Carmen in the concert hall.
8-time Olympic speed skating medalist Apollo Ono is coming to Mason on April 15th. Tickets for students are going on sale for $5.
Now on to Tyler with sports.
Welcome back for the Mason Cable Sports Report. I'm Tyler Byram. This weekend we'll highlight the near end of the regular season for a majority of spring sports. The men's tennis team is playing in their final weekend after just opening Atlantic 10 play. On Thursday, they will play Richmond and then will host LaSalle on Sunday along with the women's team. Baseball team hosts St. Bonaventure this weekend in a 3-game series in hopes of remaining in 3rd place in the conference. Their series finale will be broadcasted live on Mason Cable Network Channel 231 and the Atlantic 10 Digital Network on Sunday at 1. The women's lacrosse team hopes to turn things around from their loss to Duquesne this weekend, as they will travel to Richmond on Friday and Massachusetts on Sunday. Currently, the team is 7-4 overall, 1-1 in Atlantic 10 play, which puts the team tied at 4th place. Finally, the men's volleyball team will be playing in their second-to-last game of the season as they host Princeton on Friday at 7. This game will be the team's senior night, paying tribute to the 6 graduating seniors on the team. This game will also be broadcasted live by Mason Cable Sports on MCN and on GoMason.com via Patriot Vision. The team is 7-5 in EIVA play, and they hope to hold off St. Francis for the final playoff spot with the regular season winding down. Make sure to tune in this weekend to see these pivotal matchups. Until next time, I'm Tyler Byram. See you next time, Mason.
And now for your tweets of the day.
GMU comes alive during the spring. I swear you will see some things. Sent from La Renee.
I like that one.
Yeah, definitely. Some things I guess do come a lot. And thanks.
Yeah, the two A's.
Not one, but two.
Let's see. It's the Patriots' birthday. His predecessor, Gunston, was not nearly as handsome. Gene Pool keeps improving. This was tweeted from Angel Cabrera. And I know he actually put something up on Instagram related to this too. And in parentheses, he put, "My selfies are improving." I had to like it just for the comment. Well, I think that wraps everything up for this Wednesday. I hope you have a great day. Again, I'm Ashley Hill.
And I'm Desmond Jordan. Enjoy this weather.